Hello everyone and welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be playing some Reanimator. I know, Grixis. Other than that, kind of just the best shell to bring back Atraxa, and that's kind of what I want to do. I played in a Pioneer event, got neoformed against me by the Teddy Boy himself. So other than that, I just kind of wanted to play Atraxa. Also, kind of wanted to play with Lily. I like Lily a lot. What to say other than we're Grixis? We have our Fables, we have our Blood Tithe Harvester, we have our Spot Removal, we have a Duress, and our Braid, which seems weird to have a one of, but when you have an Atraxa that can find these, also you have a Cruelty of Gix that can tutor these up when they're absolutely necessary to get so. So for example, we can tutor up a Duress our opponent, make sure they don't have a counter spell, and then do the Atraxa Reanimate plan if needed. Or if we're playing against like a Portal to Phyrexia deck, or something that has a big artifact in it, we can tutor out our Braid and remove it on the spot there. Bank Buster, obviously solid. Brotherhood in to kind of clean up the early aggro decks, like maybe Mono Red and Soldiers. Shieldred, don't even want to talk about Shieldred. It can go over here. Obviously, we play it because we have to counteract other Shieldreds. And then we played the Blazing Sky. The Treasures is really important. It helps to cast Atraxa relatively early. If we play this and we can block, we make the 3 treasures. And the next turn, we play our Atraxa, things like that. Other than that, we had some fun games today. We had a punt. Very nice. And then we had some kind of solid gameplays, like one against Control. Kind of how not to just play into their counter, stuff like that. But overall, the deck ran pretty smoothly. Unsung hero today. We made multiple plays with Plaza of Harmony. Let's put it over here. The Hexproof and Indestructible being incredibly solid. So we end up making probably like somewhere around like 6 plays with this, 7 plays. Not sure how many of the games will make it, but we made a ton of plays with this. So look out for those. And that, hope you enjoyed the video, and we'll see you in the game. The hand did like everything we wanted, but in the worst way. Like having it all in our starting hand. I'll get rid of Takenuma. There's 2-drop and the 3-drop. Maybe discard some nonsense. Although the argument could be discarding Lily because I don't have the extra cards to kind of go with it. Which is sometimes the problem with Lily whenever you have to mull. We were on the draw, so it helps us a little bit. Soldiers at B. The rest is going to be probably awful. So we're just going to go ahead and slam our Blood Tithe Harvester. We'll probably play Lily discarding our Duress. The Duress is not going to be good. Ah, very nice. So cool interaction if you don't know how Blood Tithe Harvester interacts with Guardian. Is Guardian generally gets indestructible and it stops it from doing anything, but it gives this -X/-X, which will be 2 because of 1 blood token. So this Guardian will actually die. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to put a Liliana on the stack. Liliana resolves. They have 2 creatures, so maybe they think it'll be fine. Do this. If they discard this to give us indestructible, it's even better because it doesn't give it hexproof. So they know. Then of course we minus this, we make them sack a creature, and we regain the balance of the game.
Off you go.
It's better to be lucky than good. Better to be lucky than good. Plus here, go ahead and discard this Duress because I don't think it's going to be good. Discard land. I'm sorry, opponent. It's just got to be this way sometimes. We're going to play a second Lily. We're going to make you sack your morale that we can't retain.
One of your friends has to leave.
Next turn, we can play land plus play this. Take a creature from their hand and plus a Lily. Potentially, it kind of depends what we draw. Brutal Cathar coming in, going to do nothing. It could technically take an Atraxa, but we're also able to take a couple of hits from this. Like, it's not like a huge deal. But we get to do kind of something sweet here. We'll play a Cruelty of Gix. We'll put it on mode number 2. Go ahead and find our Atraxa now. Then we'll plus our Lily, discarding it, and then we have the Reanimate next turn. And we take their last card. So we don't have to plus this to look at their... We don't have to play this on 1 to look at their hand. We don't need to. This is fine for them. It's good fine. They can get cards in their hand. Lily's going to go down. But, I mean, I'm going to get an Atraxa. So... You go ahead and activate it. Normally you would wait until end step to do something like that. I would like to go into my graveyard. I have a way cooler creature. So here's my 7/7. Brothers Hood End. We'll grab pass, I guess. Oh, we only hit a 3 for. Well, that's not good. Run down pass. Go ahead and clean up the board. Might as well, and then play our Fable and move on from there. Our opponent probably going to concede. I can't imagine them sticking around much longer unless they rip a Brutal Cathar for this Atraxa. They do not. Maybe they'll play to that draw. Have a turn to find it, so I don't blame them. The only real problem for them is that I am going to gain 7. I can discard his Haunted Ridge, his Fable. Actually, Fable is just a really good value. I think these other 2 cards are good value cards. Sweet. So combat. I don't think they realized they had to stop. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That'll be 1 short. So just attack with Atraxa. Bonk. Play another one of these. Why not? Put it on mode 2. We'll go in our deck. We'll find some good answers. More or less. Maybe even... No, we don't have another Lily in the deck. We only have 2. So that rip of Lily was incredibly good. Honestly, much as this sucks to say, it's either... It's the Grab a Shieldred. It's the Grab a Shieldred. We know what it is. We know what we got to do here. And this will come back next turn. We'll take the Morel. And we'll be calling it good. Even if they kill this, we're like fine. Recruitment Officer. Gives them a little bit more looks. Have to activate now because if I bring back Morel, it's over. Find Reinforcer. Doesn't get there. They're trooping right now. They're playing this out, which is a little bit shocking to say the least. Way more willpower than most. Dog is getting a massive ear scratch right now. He's a big fan. Creature card from the graveyard into play. Like we said before, we're just going to get this one. Flip. Just back with a 7. Play Shieldred. What a day. Watch him untap Farewell Me. Oh, you see a new side of me, that's for sure. Fennec. A little late to the party. A little late to the party, that's for sure. I go first. We play Triumph. Have Cut Down available next turn. Fable and Brotherhood in following turns. Sweet. A Maul, which makes the game a little bit nicer for us. Not as brutal for us. A tap. The Jun Triumph, you can't be that upset about it. Play it so we can actually have the option to play Atraxa from hand if we ever need to. Bank Buster. Well, you're gonna play a broken card. I'll play a broken card. We'll both play broken cards together. They're Esper. I would assume Esper Legends. This one, this one. Another Fable, and there's an Atraxa. Their land. We're gonna attack. We're on the verge of just playing Atraxa from hand at this point. Make a treasure. We're not gonna use the treasure, of course, because why would we? Unless this is like make disappear, and then the second Fable is more important than the one treasure we made. Bracket draw. Let's see what happens. The alpha. Pass it up. Next turn we get to play Plaza attack. See what happens from here. We get some discard available. And our Saga flips. Go to combat. Listen, I know I can play Atraxa this turn, but we're going to play the Cruelty of Gix to kind of direct their hand to make sure the way is clear. Or they can counter this if they'd like. In which, if it's make disappear, we pay for it. It's not. So, counter spell, if you counter this way, it's exiled instead of put in the graveyard. So, good thing we didn't fire off the Atraxa, because Takenuma wouldn't be able to do anything from there. It goes again. And now we just have the combo. So, we're not going to do anything. I'm going to play this. I'm going to move the combat. Attack, attack. Kind of just letting us beat him down with this, so we're fine with this. Perfectly okay with this. Times against control, you just don't give their counter spells in their hand value. Like, I'm not going to play Atraxa here. It'll resolve. If I play Atraxa, they counter it, and it's just like a needlessly value play. Get to do the trick. It has haste, so it should stop me on this stuff. Now that does some stuff. You know, artifact, or creatures on enchantments. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we have that available. So fine. Let's draw another card. Sure. Give me a big dog. Let me have it. We meet once again, but I'm gonna play this Atraxa. Cruelty, Atraxa. We have a Cruelty in hand, so let's take the Fable. Braid. A little bit better here. This and Xander's Lounge. Yeah, we'll play Atraxa. We'll draw 5. And then we'll discard the Cliffs. Okay, go ahead. Like, gotta be another farewell. Already populate. If not, we'll Gix and we'll get it back. Odawara bouncing the hand is an answer. That's for sure. One, two, three, four, five. 1, 2, 3. Do not have another land to play that's untapped, so that play kind of sucks. We should be able to stack these triggers so it works out in our favor the way we want. Yeah. Play this. They might have a counter spell. That's why we're not playing Atraxa into it. Sure. So our plan there, and why I was wondering about how the triggers stacked, we'd be able to take a card from their hand, we could tutor up a card, and that'd be all good. And then what we would do here is that we would search, put a card in whenever, and then Fable would come down, make a 2/2, and then next turn we would discard the Atraxa and reanimate it. Okay. This is 6, so I'm a little nervous of getting milled, actually. Kind of an actual concern. We could hard cast this. We could play Fable. We could play Sky. But they know about Fable, so let's throw it. Actually going to go ahead and fire this off. Deal some damage there. Okay, so we know they got nothing there. Play this. We'll play Eclipse. We'll use this to cycle. I'm good. I don't want to play Atraxa into this.
I will clear your mind.
Atraxa is kind of hard in this matchup, particularly because they're going to keep drawing, but also milling us. We have a kind of an obligation. Your Wrath kicked twice, I would assume. Sure. Did a real neat trick. Here we'll go to combat. We'll be attacking Jace. They block. We braid this, so this will die and Jace will die. Or they'll do a Faithful Absence, I guess. We'll give this legendary. We'll give it Hexproof and Indestructible. Tell them to get off our lawn. And now we get to do there's not even one in play. We'll deal 3 damage here, so it'll have 1. And again, our thing has trample, so 1, 2. Take out all the answers we need. And a little part says, yeah, let's play the Fable and push the value, but another Farewell's pretty bad for us. But I think playing Fable's fine. I talked myself into it just like that. Do I keep us? I'm gonna play this. So I want to be able to push the fact that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 that I can play Atraxa and hold up some kind of interaction. It would take down a control deck as a Reanimator deck. Generally, kind of one of our veins. Honestly, a lot of times we go for it. But staggering them and just getting the aggression in early kind of showed that we got a turn to play an Atraxa, refill our hand, and go over the top of them in that regard. So, pretty nice way to play it. Glad it worked out that way. Always sucks when you have a game plan and it just like does not work in your favor. I got a hello from my opponent. I have a Haunted Ridge, I have Dark Slick, cut down, Blood Type Harvester, and the Wombo combos for sure. They said hello, so I'll say it back. Man, look at this gamer. What are they? They're flipping out, dude. They've never been so gangster in their life before. We deal with the Skrelv immediately. We don't want them to have it for longer than they need to. Same rule applies with this hand. We'll take 3 draws to find a land, and we connect. One or more creatures you control die. Sure, that sucks. I'm gonna play a creature out. The reason we want to get this down is so we have the blood token to pitch our Atraxa on cue when we get to the cruelty, instead of maybe cut down in the Vran. Also, we had some troubles with it earlier. Now, is it my fault? Of course it's my fault. It's always my fault. I don't know what you're talking about. I punted because of Skrelv making me very upset. Sacrifice another Phyrexian. Put a 1/1 counter on Bloated. When Bloated dies, incubate X, where X is its power. That's a cool creature. I didn't even know this creature existed. Did you? So we get to play a second Blood Type Harvester and cover this completely, basically. So I'm gonna go ahead. I mean, I can attack here, right? I mean, I don't have to. I can just go ahead and answer both these. I feel like it's a 1-1, so then it would trade anyway, right? Attack. Ever do something and then like immediately want to take it back? Because I want to sack this to get rid of this to try to ensure hitting a land drop now. That's not good. Although they attack, this is incredible for us. The crawling chaotic. I don't know what this is actually called. Attack me. This is sweet. They can stack multiple Phyrexians to do something. So like, I'm gonna go ahead and block. They have to sack 2 creatures to get this to live. Now, if they want to save it, they have to do it before their pest comes back. They have to actually sack another decent creature of theirs. Which I'm completely fine with this. So basically, they sack this trigger to make the 1/1 comes out, which is what their plan was to do. Which is like fine and all. But you know, a little bonk here. That's all fine and dandy. The rest, not the card we want. Cancel first. You can sack this and make this huge, which that kind of sucks. So it was their plan anyway. Try to find a lane. I guess we could have taken out the Gix. Okay, let's try to find a lane. Let's just go ahead and dress them, I guess. I'm so dead. I mean, let's just answer the Gix. I'm gonna go to 10. I really don't know what we got to answer any of this. Oh, there you are. Land. We play Shieldred and ensure that we can block. We take 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We go to that. That's not counting if they remove this, I guess. So we'll give it the old college try. We need this into Atraxa, basically. You could also flip Elish Norn if they wanted to here, which would be kind of cool. This attack. So I feel like this attack is screaming, hey, I want to flip next turn. Not attacking with the Elish Norn here seems a little bit weird. We're going to block like this. I'll take 2 in this spot all day. Well, I'll take 4, I guess. Well, team, we know the play. I would like to go into my graveyard and grab my Atraxa, please. Is Atraxa going to be enough to fend off this? Who actually knows? Plaza, cut down. Raid better than cut down? No. Fable and Blood Tide versus, sure. So we reloaded our hand. We need to survive 1 turn. We're guaranteed to take 2 damage. Transform that. It's a 5/5. Ah, this game's so weird. 5 times, transform all you troll. They won't have haste because they were incubated that turn. The cool thing about incubation that kind of threw me off when I like first realized is that if it's been in play for a turn, it transforms instead of exiling and re-entering the battlefield, which that generally means they'll like suffer from summoning sickness. But if they just transform, they do not. So like, you have to be careful of that a lot whenever you're sitting here playing and they have like an incubation of 7 on a card on like a token, and you're like, oh, that's not that big of a deal. And then you realize, oh no, it is. They pay 2 mana, they put a 7/7 and it has haste, which changes the perspective of it entirely. So now they're trying to think through an attack, I think, and see what they have to do. Because this 7/7 lifelinker is going to take effect. They don't have a first striker. I could block. So, God, what's the play here? I think I have to block the 5/5. So the only problem with doing that is what? 5, 6, 7, 8. They can. If I block this, I take 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I'm gonna block this token and go from there. A Shieldred. No, not a Shelly. All right, my turn, I suppose. I mean, yeah, draw. Sure. Options, discussions, debates all around the world. So let's attack first so I don't do anything stupid. Bonk. Sweet. Source would deal damage. Can I pay 1? Lily. Yes. Play a Plaza. I play a Lily. I have cut down for something. Sure.
Happy to help, but I'm taking the credit when we win.
Do I just minus this and play a Blood Type Harvester instead? Because cut down can't answer anything here. But then I can't let that doesn't allow that to flip. I have to be kind of careful. Also, a sack outlet seems pretty strong for them. Yeah, so let's minus. Like if they play a card that makes me sack a creature, like obviously that's gonna feel horrible. So we're gonna play a Blood Type Harvester to kind of prevent that. So we have a Blood Type Harvester to sack. What do I have to deal with if I block? So I'm essentially at 16. I'm at 14 because of Shieldred. I can't get to my turn and draw a card without Shieldred doing 2. So I'm essentially at 14. I block. I go to 12. I go. I'm gonna take 2 more infect plus 3, so it's 5. I'm back to like 7 ish. Yeah, it's a tough one. This is a tough one. I think they're deciding on attacks. They've been pretty like. I don't want to say this is like one of the few times where my opponent's tanking and I'm like okay with it because I'm pretty sure they've just been debating this entire time. So with this, taking this, it can't get through anyway, so we're just gonna block like this. I'll take 2. Sure. So interesting, by the way, when this hits, you will gain the life first before this Elish Norn will go off. Because like it's already done the damage and you gain life as damage happens, and then this trigger goes on the stack after. So a little thing to like know there. Sacrifice other creatures. Incubate. This will flip 5 of these. They're all flipped. I mean, plus now, we'll discard a copy of Plaza. A discarded land, sure. What does this do? Creatures you control gonna want to gain double strike until end of turn. Can I deal with that? I think so. This. We'll cut down one of these. I guess play this. Another Plaza. So the only problem with this, they gain double strike, so this is 3. So one of these is not here. So 3 of these, so we have 6, 12, 18 damage just getting through if I don't block with this, which I'm going to, because I feel like I just should. Oh, Takanuma, get back a 3-drop. Is it going to be the Bloated Boy or Gix? It could be Gix. Gix would be really good here. Might be Gix. That would make sense. I like this version of this deck. I really wish I could ask him for it. I'm gonna take a screenshot, please. This is really cool. I think it's like a fun way to play Oathsworn. I think Gix is the play to like put cards in hand and maybe you'll get some, but if you tap out, you lose the game there. So they play a Varand instead. And 1 or more creatures die. So it's only trigger once. So it's not going to be enough. They have to attack. Pass. I block. I block. Do that. And then damage happens for me. I gain all this. We'll just create. We'll just exile top 2. Resolve. I'll take my turn. Good game. That was a good one. That one was pretty tough. A lot of surprises there. I never really like played with these, like against these type of cards in some cases, like Elish Norn. I don't know if flipping Elish was the right play. His Shieldred's so strong every time you attack with it. I think you could have just attacked out, and then I'm like kind of forced to block Shieldred, maybe block Elish Norn. I don't remember exactly what the math is, but yeah, that game was pretty sweet. I like that one. That one was dope. Okie dokie. Artichoke. Talk about Atraxa Reanimator, and there's not like really a whole lot to talk about other than Atraxa is a really good card. You've probably played against this a ton on the ladder. I kind of just wanted to play something a little bit more solid today, maybe not as loose. I made it a misplay in one of the games, which happens when you like kind of swap decks to decks and stuff like that. Other than that, I mean, what really is there to say? We do have spot removal. We have kind of like the good value creature in between, along with bank busters, kind of draw some cards. The Abrade is to basically catch like maybe like a Portal or Phyrexia, things like that, and that the rest is kind of in the same spot. The rest can kind of spot you up and see like what you have. We don't have Thoughtseize in this format, but these being one of, I generally don't like one ofs that much. I would like to solidify, be like go up 3, go for the throws, maybe a 3rd bank buster. But in this case, I'm fine with it because Atraxa can find it for you. So those awkward turns where you didn't get to do it in time, and on turn 6 per se, or maybe turn 5, but you've attacked with a Fable token, you can then like play the Cruelty of Gix, get your Atraxa in play, and then maybe find a Duress, or off Cruelty of Gix, you can just tutor up one of these if necessary. So sometimes maybe if you do see a Portal or Phyrexia in play, you can like tutor out an Abrade, blow it up, something like that along those lines. So these being one of is not necessarily that concerning in this deck. Lily won us multiple games today. At least I think she did. Just was able to kind of hit people's hands, kind of control the board. The sack ability when people were playing like really strong tap out creatures is so good, especially whenever we're like cut down your creature, make you sack your 3-drop, your 4-drop. We played this against soldiers and it was incredibly good for us. Fable is solid as ever. Brotherhood and kind of clean up the board. I messed up a game with it earlier. Shieldred, I'm not even going to talk about it. The Blazing Sky, which is cool. It came up a little bit. It actually kind of saved us one game ish. Maybe the game still goes as planned, but other than that, the true unsung hero in this deck, weirdly enough, is this Plaza of Heroes. You'll see multiple times that I just kind of make my game actions as this is a card in my hand. It's not in my hand, it's in play, but I'm acting as though it is. Basically protecting my creature from any removal that is just absurd. For example, I say this won us a game, but like trample on this won us a game. So it's kind of like, eh. We attacked the Jace, and then we activated this, gave this indestructible and hexproof when they tried to remove it with a go for the throat. So then now it's going to attack the Jace free. They blocked. We abraded the thing, and then we got to kill the creature and the Jace with this creature because of Plaza being so available. Also, one time they tried to remove our Atraxa, gave a hexproof indestructible, attacked, gained our 7 life, went on from there. So yeah, Plaza was pretty much the unsung hero. Other splash things, like we play Takanuma for obvious reasons to get back our Atraxa, maybe sometimes even grab back a Lily if needed. We play a split. Normally you'd be just playing the Grixis land, but we play the Proving Ground just to make sure that we have the mana to cast Atraxa sometimes, because we play such a good solid early game that playing the Atraxa is not that like out of the realm of possibility, because we've actually done it once. We just got to force them to do something with playing a Gix, and then we played our Atraxa, and it was good from there. But other than that, I hope you enjoy. Reanimator is always pretty fun to play. It kind of sucks to be on the other end whenever they get to do it against you. Other than that, it was really good. We had some good Atraxa hits. The deck's really solid, of course. But other than that, I hope you enjoyed watching the video, and we'll see you around in the next one.